Hi guys, I am Trish with Unique Me 303 Healing and Empowerment. I took off work today and, switched days because I hurt my groin yesterday at work. This is the second time that I've heard it. I think that I have a hernia. Either way, it doesn't matter. I have been in deep reflection today, actually for the past couple days, but I have really been in this space of really wondering what the hell is wrong with me, why I can't ever get relationships right. And this is not just romantic relationships, guys. This is, talking about friendships as well. And there's some things that I realized, like, what you are is what you attract. So, what I think about myself is exactly the type of people that I attract to me. So if I think of myself as not being good enough, always being rejected, always being abandoned, if I think of myself as having, bad relationships, then that's what I attract. Bad relationships, rejection, abandonment, feelings of not being good enough or not worthy. And another thing that I realized was, this whole twin flame journey, okay? A lot of people, including me at one time, just thought that meant that I was going to find my soulmate that was, one of the deepest spiritual connections that I could possibly have. But since then, I have grown to realize that it's all about getting back to self-love, to loving myself deeper, to connecting even deeper with the divinity within. That it's not about having a relationship with someone, but it's about taking those relationships and transforming them back into love for self. So what I mean by that is, one of my twin flame pieces, I'm saying, one, because I have 5 of them. I have a daughter, my father, a guy named Jeff, who is now passed, a guy named Sean, and Nick, okay? And they all share a piece of my soul some way, okay? I don't remember or know exactly all of the things, but I'm learning as I go. And one of the things that I learned within the past couple days is that each one of these relationships gave me big time lessons. The one that had passed, Jeff, I had a lot of sexual addictions, fantasy type things of that sort, knowing, even though I knew that they came from being raped and molested multiple times and, just having that type of trauma brought to my life, I still engaged in things of that sort, and it got to a point where it became so much. It was really making me feel gross about myself and, things of that sort. But the lessons that came out with him was that I don't have to be that way, that there's other ways of enjoying myself in a sexual, sensual way without having these weird fantasies or these things that I engaged in that maybe normal people don't engage in. And I feel a little vulnerable telling this right now, but it's part of my story, and so when we ended up splitting due to some things like that, and him continuing with other women and things of that sort, I felt like a lot of my power was lost. However, after I healed that situation by just, feeling the feelings that I felt and seeing what I was seeing from spirit and higher self and stuff, that my power came back to me. That piece of my soul was returned to me. It made me that much more connected with my higher self. It made me feel that much more good about myself and, what have you. Same kind of things happen with somebody else that is a twin flame piece of mine. And it had nothing to do with the sexual stuff this time, but all about how I felt about myself, how I seen myself in a negative way. This person would always bring up things about me that maybe I didn't see as being something that was negative. However, after that situation was over, and now I still talk to this guy, but anyway, after that situation was done, said and done, I realized that I had to love myself differently. And I started doing things to change that. Slowly but surely, that part of that energy of the soul came back to me. Or either, I don't know if it comes totally back, but that piece of my power that I gave away, a lot of that power that I gave away was to my negative thought patterns. Okay. It came back to me. And then, when I got with Nick, he has been the absolute biggest trigger for me. Feelings of rejection, abandonment, not good enough, feeling like I couldn't use my gifts because he was very intimidated, or either I felt as if he was intimidated by the things that I knew. I felt like I couldn't share my knowings or the gifts that I had because they were a lot of times made him feel indifferent or in some way, shape, or form. And I don't want to talk for him. However, this is just the way that I perceived it. So there's always two sides to the story. Either way it goes, the feelings that I had were very accurate. The feelings that he had about me being angry were very accurate. And I was angry. He would throw up that it had a lot to do with my family and the way that I was raised. Some of it might have been. But there were new wounds that were formed due to the rejection and the feelings of not being good enough or not being able to express myself in the way that I felt that I always had been. So when we separated, I have worked on things that has to do with the anger because yes, I listened to what he had to say. I have really meditated about the whole entire thing, and where both of us were absolutely 100% correct on the way that we view things and the way that we see things. There is also a part of it where, some of that stuff was a little bit distorted. There was ways of getting through that. However, again, I've gotten to a place of knowing that what I felt was what I felt and it was accurate, and what he felt was what he felt and it was accurate. And some of my power has came back to me. I'm still working on this. However, it's going to take time. I do love him and I do wish the best for him, and I wish that it would have worked out with us, and I still do wish that. However, I know that Spirit's been telling me this is a time of becoming independent. Even though I felt like I was independent, there's even deeper levels to this being independent. I need to get back to where I was before I allowed this triggering to become such a major part of me and get me depressed and get me backtracking to where I wasn't having as many supernatural experiences, and the density that I was losing felt like it was coming back, and just all kinds of things happen. So anyway, another piece of my puzzle was with my father. I felt abandoned by him. I felt rejected by him as well. So a lot of rejection, a lot of abandonment my whole entire life. When he said that he was coming to pick me up, a lot of times he never showed up. So I'd be sitting at the window watching and waiting for him and things of that sort. Since then, we have talked about all of these things. We have gotten down to, why these things have happened. And I was able to see things from his perspective as well as he was able to see things from my perspective. Crying happened, some yelling happened, some just getting through some stuff happened. And we've gotten to a place of, we haven't done it in a while, but being able to meditate together. We have astral traveled together. We have healed many lives together and things of that sort. To a point where we now have a great relationship. It's more like a friendship instead of like a father and daughter. There's a friendship there, and I feel like I can talk to my father about anything. But once I gave him the information that I had and how I seen things as I was growing up and how it made me feel and how it brought on this and that in ways of that I felt. We were able to get past that, and my power came back to me. My, that part of what needed to be healed returned to me, and it's better than ever. So my wish is that the same thing will happen with Nick, and the same thing will happen with my daughter. They are two of the pieces that haven't been completely healed yet. And while I feel like I'm not really getting the information across the exact way that I wanted to, I hope that you guys are understanding what I'm saying, because, the twin flame journey isn't about the relationships that we have with others, but with ourselves. It's about getting back to self-love, knowing that you are good enough, all of that good stuff, just not being in that energy of being down on yourself. But anyway, a lot with the twin flame experience is about lessons and growth. And I'm really going through a growth spurt this time, really getting back to the basics, getting back to what I know to do to help me to have those supernatural experiences again. And not saying that I'm not having them at all, but I was having them every single day, and out-of-body experiences randomly that I didn't even try to have, just some crazy stuff, seeing angels and ETs just standing in my living room. I haven't seen that in a while. I'll get flashes of them or see them in the peripheral or whatever, but I had to get back to my power, and now I am getting there. I am doing the things that I need to do, reconnecting with crystals, prayer, meditation, sun gazing, moon gazing, connection with the stars and the universe, talking to my guides constantly, really paying attention to what my intuition is saying, and not beating myself up for a relationship not turning out again. Okay, because it's not just me that was the issue. Like I was told, there is two people, there is two people learning lessons, there is also two people healing. So it takes two to tango. It takes two to learn the lessons. It also takes two to heal whatever. 1111, that is a number of awakenings as well as a twin flame number. Stay positive, guys. Anyway, I hope that you guys got something out of this video. I don't even really know where I'm trying to go with this. However, I just know that I've really been in deep introspection about what's going on with me and about this whole connection. And, I have been feeling lost, but at the same time been feeling so empowered, guys. So Trish is getting back to Trish. It's one day at a time, one moment at a time. I'm going to get there. I'm going to have these experiences again. Day by day, I'm taking it as it is. But right now, I know that I am feeling more connected than I have in the past 2 years. And it's because of me putting the time and energy in the past couple months. So I'm kicking it up another notch and doing things like connecting with my crystals again. I'm going to be making a lot more videos on YouTube. I want to get back to connecting with you guys, doing healings and not just readings. Even though I love doing the readings, it's not what I want to do. I want to help you guys to connect with spirit and get to those kind of experiences like I have. Anyway, I hope that everybody has a absolute wonderful day. Stay safe, stay connected, get out and connect with nature. Much love to you guys. Bye.